He threw me out like I was trash, shoved $50 in my hand, and slammed the door behind me. That was the last thing he gave me, and the first thing I used to buy my future. A $50 scratch-off ticket that turned into $10 million. Now he's crawling back wearing that same smug face demanding half. But this time, I wasn't the woman he left in the rain. The courtroom smelled like lemon polish and old regrets. I wore a black dress, simple, not flashy, because I wasn't there to prove I was rich. I was there to prove I wasn't his anymore. He sat across from me in a shiny suit, legs crossed like he owned the place. His eyes found mine and he mouthed it. Half. I didn't blink. Not this time. My lawyer Angela whispered beside me, "Stay calm. We got this." And I believed her. Mostly. The judge entered. Court is now in session. This is the case of Davis versus Davis regarding equitable distribution. They said our names like we were just paperwork now. His lawyer was slick-talked like he rehearsed in front of mirrors. Claimed my ex Marcus supported me for years, that I contributed nothing, and that the lottery winnings should be marital property. Angela stood, calm, precise. "Your Honor, on the night before the ticket was purchased, Mr. Davis kicked my client out of their home. He gave her $50 and told her it was over. She checked into a motel that same night. The next morning, she bought the ticket with the change. This was after separation. It is not marital property." You could hear the air shift in the room, but his lawyer pushed back. They were still legally married. That counts. Angela raised a file. "We have receipts, recordings, text messages, even one where Marcus says she won't be around much longer." This was a planned exit. Then the judge turned to me. "Mrs. Davis, do you confirm these events?" I stood up, legs trembling. "Yes, Your Honor. That's exactly what happened. I never went back. I never reconciled. He made it clear I wasn't wanted. That was the first time I felt the tide turn. But Marcus, he wasn't done. Not even close. After court, he showed up outside my apartment, left notes under my windshield, sat in his black SUV across the street like a predator with nothing to lose. One night I came home and my door was unlocked. He'd been inside. He left a note on the counter in his handwriting. "Don't make me take it the hard way." I called Angela, called the cops, filed for a protective order. I wasn't going to wait for him to cross the line again. I was going to draw it myself. And still, I tried to live. I cooked simple meals, volunteered at the shelter where no one treated me like a headline. There I was, just hands and heart. One little girl handed me a drawing of a purple horse with a crown and said, "She's a queen horse." And for the first time I wondered, could I be one too? But then came the next court date. Marcus took the stand, all crocodile tears and gaslighting. "I never meant for her to leave forever," he said. "We were just arguing. Angela wasn't having it." Exhibit A, text messages to his mistress 3 days before he kicked her out. Exhibit B, pictures exchanged over months. Exhibit C, police reports and a motel receipt from that night. Marcus squirmed. People say things when they're angry. Angela didn't flinch. He threw her clothes into the rain and told her she was dead weight. He handed her $50 and said, "That's what you're worth." He looked at me like I'd betrayed him, like he was the victim. Then I took the stand. I told the truth. I cared for his sick mother for 2 years. I didn't work because I was her full-time nurse, bathing her, feeding her, holding her hand through the worst. And when she died, he replaced me with someone younger. Threw me out like I meant nothing. That ticket, I bought it with the only money he gave me when he discarded me. His lawyer tried to twist it, said I was supported by him for years. I looked that man in the eye and said I wasn't supported. I was used. When court adjourned, Marcus stormed up to me, eyes burning. "You humiliated me," he hissed. "You'll pay for that." I didn't flinch. I looked him dead in the eye. "No, Marcus. I already paid. For years." And that was the first time I felt free. The ruling came on a quiet Monday. I was in the kitchen when Angela called. "The judge ruled in your favor. The winnings are yours. He's denied all of Marcus's claims, and the protective order is in place." I sank to the floor and cried, not from fear, from relief. I framed that old $50 bill, the same one he threw at me, like it was all I was worth. I put it in a simple frame with a note underneath. "Not my worth." Of course, Marcus tried one last time. Showed up outside my building, all smooth words and fake charm. "We can still make this friendly," he said. "Cut me in, we move on." I held up my phone, already recording. He backed off, cursing. "You were nothing without me," he said. I smiled, calm. "You didn't build me. You broke things. I learned how to fix them." He flinched, like I'd slapped him with truth. Then I dialed 911 and he ran. That was the last I saw of him. I bought a little brick house near the shelter, planted bulbs in the yard that would bloom come spring, donated quietly new security system dishwasher, a safe room at the shelter, no name on the plaque, just a note taped to the fridge by a child that read, "Thank you, Sunstone. You make warm food." Sometimes I visit the frame shop that helped me press that old $50. I told the lady I want to remember, but I don't want to live there. She nodded. "Keep some wrinkles then, just not all." And that's what I've done. I still volunteer, still walk to the market. I see the gas station clerk who sold me the ticket. He apologized one day for something he said back when it all started. I told him it matters. Thank you. I started therapy too. Told the counselor I don't want to be changed by the money or the pain. She said we can work with honest, and we have. So here I am, living in a house I bought with steady hands, with books on real shelves, with sunlight crawling across the kitchen floor like a promise. That bill still hangs by my door, not to haunt me, but to remind me I'm not who I used to be. And he's just a wrinkle I chose not to smooth out. Now tell me, was I right to keep it all? Or should I have given him something, anything, after what we'd been through? Drop your thoughts below. I want to hear it all, your stories, your verdict, your truth. And if this story lit a fire in you, don't just scroll, subscribe. Let's keep telling stories that fight for dignity, justice, and the quiet power of walking away.